are going to complete the intermediate activity for math from the learning packet, the intermediate learning packet for April 21st through 30th. So you can see that's where we're working from. And we're going to do the 28th of April. So if you look in your packet for that day, here are the things that you're going to need. You are going to need the BrainPop Junior place value video, because we're going to do place value today. And we're going to be completing pages 29 and 30 in the packet, okay? So just to kind of give you an overlay of what an overview of what we're going to do here, we're going to watch that place value video on BrainPop Junior. And that's going to remind you about how the ones and the tens place. That's where you're going to be working in, the ones and the tens place. And then for the worksheet, you can use a line for the tens and a small dot or a circle for the ones, if that kind of helps you separate what the difference is between the two. Or you can draw little X's or squares, whatever it is that helps you see the difference between the tens and the ones on pages 29 and 30. And I'll show you that worksheet to make sure that you are on the right one. So before I show you the BrainPop Junior video that you need to be on. So hopefully you're not getting too dizzy here scrolling through. So it looks like this. Sorry. You're going to start here on page 29. So there's actually 4 of these to do. There's this one and this one. And then you're going to look, that's on the page 29. And then page 30, there are 2 more to do. Okay. So when I was talking about the lines, when you're putting the tens, because it says Emily folds 25 shirts. So you need to figure out how many tens and how many ones in the number 25. You can do lines for the tens and little dots or circles for the ones, or you can draw squares, or really, however you want to do it to represent your tens and your ones. And then you count them up and put them here with the number. So you're going to put the number of tens and the number of ones, if that makes sense. Okay. And I'll show you kind of as we go through the activity on my page, which like this. And remember, they use, I always use this one. They use little different colors. So you could even do that for your tens and ones. So another tool that you might use is this on Toy Theater, this place value mat. The place value mat. I looked at a couple of the place value tools on here, and I feel like the mat makes the most sense. It matches up the best with the activity versus this chart. This didn't make as much sense to me, or wasn't as visually the same as using this tool. So this is a place value chart, but the place value mat seems to, I think, visually make more sense with what we're doing and how the activity looks here. And I think that it'll make sense, but you could play with the variety of them. There's several place value tools on toytheater.com. So when you go to BrainPop Junior, you remember you can log in if you've requested free access through going there and request free access if you haven't done that, or you can just go to your login. And remember, you can always use Wayne MCE and POP POP to log in. Great. And you're going to go to math. And you're going to go
money
to
number sense,
number sense,
even and odd,
and you're going to go to place value. And then just watch this video about place value. Really, we're going to be working in tens and ones. It's going to go on and talk toward the end of the video about hundreds and thousands places, and that's great information. But our activity will focus on tens and ones, I believe. So, okay, this would be a great time to pause my video and watch the Brain Pop Junior video. Okay, and I'll see you back in a few minutes. Okay, here we are at our activity, and we see that it says that Emily folds 25 shirts, and she wants to know how many tens and how many ones are in the number 25, because it's not just 25, it's 25. How many tens and how many ones? So we have this represents 10, and this represents the ones. So if we start with the tens, which is fine, we have the number 2 in the left side in the tens column. So that's 1, 2. So how many tens is that? 1, 2. And you can also play around with that on the place value mat, like I was talking about. How many tens? 1, 2. So what is that number that you see there? 10, 20. So how many tens? 1, 2. 2 tens.
2.
Which gives us a count of 20, just like we got on this place value mat. Now it wants to know how many ones. So if you look and we see the number 5. So that tells us there are 5 ones in 25. So let's count 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in here, however you wanted to do it, you should have something that shows 2 tens and something that shows 5 ones. And I heard a ding, so we must have something right. And I see the number 25. So how many ones do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you see number 5? You can write the number 5.
5.
Great. If we look at this place value mat, we're going to go to the ones, and we're going to bring over 5. 1, 2, oops, I lost it. 3, 4, 5. And we got to the number 25 with 2 tens and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones. 25. Great job. Excellent work. So there are 2 tens and 5 ones in the number 25. 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 25. Next, we're going to go the opposite way because I want to show you that it kind of works both ways. And always when we're adding or subtracting, multiplying, any math problem we do, computation-wise, we're going to start at that ones column and go the other way. So let's look at that. It says Chris washes 31 forks. He wants to know how many tens and how many ones are in 31. So let's start with the ones column. If we look at this number 331, it's a 3 and a 1. It's not just 3, 1. It's not 4, 3 plus 1. Let's see how many tens and how many ones. There is 1, 1. I see 1 here. Oops, I want to go to this one so that I can manipulate and get my number choices. So we have 1, 1. Okay? So how many ones is there? That's right, 1.
1.
Great work. So if we go to this place view mat and we clear it all off, you might just be able to do this. Hit reset, that works. Reset always works. Just do this, reload this page and it clears it all off. We need 1, 1. Excellent. Now let's go back. And I see 3 in the tens column. So that must mean there are 3 tens. Let's see if that's right. 1. I hope you're counting with me. 2, 3. Oh, I heard a ding. We must have it. So how many tens is that? 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. What number is that? 31. We'll flip back over here. 1, 2, 3. The number 3, 3 tens, which means 30 in this case. 10, 20, 30.
3.
Excellent. There in the number 31, there are 3 tens and there's 1, 1. Perfect. Now, your next two, I'm going to let you do on your own, okay? They look like this. It's about plates and plants. All right? You do those on your own and send me a picture. I'd love to check your work for you, okay? You guys are doing great work. Stay healthy, stay well. I can't wait to see you on a Google Meet this week. Bye-bye.